Chapter 11-4 is multiplying radical expressions. Okay, on examples 1 through 5, you just need to multiply. Example 1, square root of 5 times square root of 7 equals a square root of 35. And that can't be simplified. Example 2, square root of 8 times square root of 8 equals square root of 64. Now that can be simplified because square root of 64 is regular 8, since that's a perfect square. Example 3, square root of 2/3 times square root of 4/5 equals the square root of 8/15. Okay, example 4 is square root of 2x times square root of 3x minus 1. Okay, you're going to go ahead and multiply it. Let's see. Kind of doing distributive property. So this equals the square root of 2x times 3x is 6x squared minus 2x times 1 is 2. Okay, example 5. The square root of 2x plus 1 times the square root of x plus 5. Okay, now you're going to multiply both of these, and you need to do a box. So this is 2x plus 1 times x plus 5. Okay, you're going to multiply these. 2x times x is 2x squared. 1 times x is 1x. 2x times 5 is 10x. And 1 times 5 is 5. Combine like terms. Okay, so the answer is the square root of 2x squared plus 11x plus 5. Okay, on these problems, you're going to have to multiply and simplify. So example 6, square root of 2 times square root of 14 is the square root of 28. And there is a perfect square that goes into 28. The largest perfect square that goes into 28 is 4. 4 times 7 is the 28, or radical 4 times radical 7 is radical 28. The square root of 4 is 2, and you can't take the square root of 7, so the answer is 2 radical 7. Example 7, square root of 3x squared times the square root of 9x to the third. There's a couple different ways to do this. You can multiply it all out, or you can take the square root of certain things. Okay, so I guess we could take it by parts. Okay, square root of 3 you can't do anything about, but the square root of x squared is just x. Okay, then we've got the second part. The square root of 9 is 3. The square root of x to the third. Okay, there's an x squared in there. An x squared and an x, right? So the square root of x squared is x, and that leaves us with a square root of x inside. Okay, now on the outside we have these. So that's 3x squared, and on the inside we have a 3 and an x. So that stays there. So that's the answer. Okay, I guess another way to do that would be whichever one's easier for you. But this, you could multiply it all out, I guess. So that would be square root of 27x to the 5th. And then you find all the square numbers and square letters that go into everything. So that would be, this is square root of 9 times square root of 3. That's the 27. And then we have square root of x to the 4th, because that's a perfect square, times the square root of x, which isn't. So that's square root of 9 is 3, square root of x to the 4th is x squared, and then this is what's left over. So 3x squared, and then what's left over is square root of 3 and an x. So whichever way is easier for you.